Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day that it is you are watching. I do not know how I have this much energy this morning. Last night my wife ended up calling and saying, hey, we got a gas leak in the house. I said, awesome. I'm not going to be home until like midnight. So go ahead and go over to your parents, sleep over there for now. And I guess when I get back, I'll take care of it. So I got back, had to call Ameren, the natural gas company. They came out, identified, yes, you do have a gas leak. I was like, I'll just take care of it in the morning, but it was already, I didn't get to bed until about 3 o'clock in the morning, which it frosted last night, so I knew we couldn't get started super early anyway on these beans. So it wasn't a massive deal. You know, if we were in corn, I would have felt really bad because I would have been here a lot earlier than that and I would have been just dead. But luckily, just beans. We had all the trucks full and the cart full, so Dad had some things he needed to do in the morning as far as getting the trucks empty and the cart empty and all that, but getting the combine fueled. So I didn't even get it fixed this morning. I called my wife and I said, listen, there's rain coming. I literally cannot take time to do this. I'll run to Menards later and fix it, but it can't be today. There's rain coming, we got beans to cut. I'm gonna keep farming until it rains and then fix our gas leak problem. Her mother has a perfectly good house that she can be sleeping at until we get that fixed. I know it's not ideal, but they have extra rooms and stuff like that, so it really is not that big a deal. And quite frankly, getting these beans out is just, it's got to be done. We got, I mean, forecast is like 6 days of rain. And we're not, obviously, this isn't our last field of beans, but it would really help to just get this done, and then I really wouldn't mind, and I'll take the time to fix that. But anyway, that is how my morning has gone. It has been a disaster. We got here, I took the Kenworth into Lakin. That was the last of the contract. It is finished, and so we had about 46,000 pounds left on the cart. Dad had already gotten the baby truck empty. I just loaded the baby truck again. And now I am following him around, and I'm going to go ahead and unload on the go. Speed him up a little bit this morning. That is the plan today. Finish these beans, get moved somewhere else, get our bean bins totally full. Yeah, what a night. Now the one thing I did forget is drinks. I just drove straight here and I am just parched. Oh, hey, what do we got? Yeah, no, we don't have any water. I'm just kidding. No, Dasani is, it's okay, I guess. I guess I'll drink it. Well, I was about to go unload Dad on the go, but he texted me and said the tarp. I don't know why he's so worried about the tarp on that cart. I always try and unload him on the go while it's tarped. I'm just trying to speed things up here. Bean cutting goes a lot faster when I never fill the cart. I mean, not only is it more aerodynamic, but a lot more capacity when you leave the tarp on. I really wish my radar worked so I could figure out how fast he's going. Because I really have no idea. It just says 0 all the time. Now if he ever complains about the grain cart, I can say I was going as fast as I can. 0. Gotta get used to this new combine. The spout is a lot longer. I think I need to go down to 4th. That's probably a better speed there. I don't know. I'm doing 0. You should be able to keep up with me. So since we do have to constantly cross this creek all the time with the grain cart, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Dad. We have got the cart full, 60,000 pounds. More than enough to fill the Kenworth. I'm gonna go ahead and grab him. We'll cross the creek, I'll fill the Kenworth, and then he can bring the cart back, and then I'm just gonna have to bring a pickup over, grab the cart, and then bring it back to him every time and just keep bringing the truck to grab the cart. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but when it's just the two of us, hey, we make it work. Okay, I'll let him take this across. I don't think I have anything in here that I need.
I started it to get it aired up.
Oh, thank you.
The bad part is at some point we need to get that truck dumped before it rains, or we won't get into that auger.
I forgot, yeah, with it being in the field. Well, we'll just have to do that tonight. Let's get this sucker headed home. Okay, let's see what we can do. Hopefully, I don't have as many issues as I did the other day. I remembered now why that PTO sheared that bolt. This, well, I shouldn't say I remembered, but my dad was explaining this is not actually a 500 RPM PTO. It's 1,000 on the back of this white 155. He just has it adapted down to a 500. So when it kicks on, it's actually going too quick, and so it shears that bolt on that PTO shaft. Makes sense. But because I'm like, man, I always try and engage that thing as slow as possible. It'll still shear it. It don't matter. This is an issue though. Being out in the field, this is real annoying. I'm way too close there, Jared. Goodness. I always pull in way too far away, and here I am. Okay, I'll move the truck. If I don't trip over everything. Now with this bolt shears, I will cry. You will see a grown man cry. I don't have any more bolts. Slow and steady. Quiet. It's working. It's working! It's working!
It's working! It's working!
It would seem as though Dad has not filled the cart yet because it is not sitting waiting for me. He is over there combining yet. I made it back quite a bit earlier than he probably expected. He said, well, since you're going home and loading into that bin, it's probably gonna take a while, so I'll probably have the cart full and I'll be sitting here waiting to load you. Well, I'm just too fast, that's all. Do you guys actually like these Rollicones? Dad was saying that they do okay sometimes, but they're more just annoying and in the way. There are definitely some things we got to change on that head, but I don't know how you guys like the Rollicones. We've never had them before, so this is the first time running them, and they seem to kind of just be in the way. I wonder if this truck could make it across that wooden bridge there. How much for me to try it? I'd probably do it for 20 bucks. Doing this field, I usually park a little further and further away every time as he's cutting, so that I park the cart closer to him so he's not running so far just to unload the combine. We don't have that much of a row to go here, buddy. I don't really... We're not going to make it very far, but maybe he can get enough on me. All right, now the cycle begins. We've got the pickup sitting here. I can go and load this, and then I'll bring him the cart back and take the pickup back to the semi. Okay, so obviously the truck was a good idea to take across there. That was a good bet, but how much are you giving me to take the tractor and the cart across that thing? 25? Now the only bad part about crossing this creek so many stinking times is that you get a road kind of built up in the middle of the field. And we got to drag a ripper down here. Despite all the strip till we do, we still have to rip this because it just gets so hard. But I will say, after getting this new grain cart with those LSWs on them, those Muckmaster Goodyears, I mean, you should have seen it with the grain cart we had before. We had the kind of the golf tires. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're like the little hexagons everywhere. You know, they usually use them on a golf course. But anyway, like the utility tractors. Anyway, yeah, we had a cart that held less than this, and I mean, you would have divots. You could literally just, it was like auto steer. You would just get the tractor in the divots and it would drive itself because they were so deep. And now it kind of stays really pretty flat. A lot easier to rip up too. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get old running back and forth between this truck and the cart. Oh, he's getting a long ways out there. Another round. What is the speed limit here? I haven't seen a sign yet. Not quite full enough. It looks like he is making pretty much a hopper full every round down and back. And I would say he's only got maybe 2 or 3 rounds left, so shouldn't be much left. Maybe another truckload after this and then some on the cart, which the elevator closes at 7 and it is now almost 6. So I really got to hustle here, make sure I get the truck filled and over before 7, and then I might have to go all the way to Spear because they don't close until 8 p.m. with the last truck, and then both of our trucks will be tied up at that point because I won't make another one there, I don't think. Goodness. Wish I had a pair of sunglasses that were not ruined. Oh, duh. I can pull the visor down. What a worthless feature. I mean, seriously, what engineer thought, you know what would make a good sun visor? A mesh screen. Just lets the sun rays straight into your corneas. Another gorgeous sunset unfolding. Well, we're getting food delivered to us. Somebody started a thing where they cook home cooked meals, with dessert and the whole 9 yards, and they'll deliver them to the field, kind of like a DoorDash. I was telling my sister she ought to do something like that because, I mean, we would pay for it. There are a lot of times we just don't have time to get food. But yeah, so we actually have someone bringing us food. And so I actually had to leave money in the dually because I guarantee I probably won't be here. And Dad is way back there, and they're certainly not going to drive all the way back there. So if you can find the dually before this video is posted, there's free money in the seat. Well, I don't know where Dad's at. I think he might be in the truck eating because the cart is up here. And the combine is sitting down there running. I have no idea where he's at. He's not in the cab. He certainly didn't walk all the way to the combine, I would think. He might be walking. Anyway, what do we got here? We got, I don't know what that is. We got chips. Oh, she left a 20, that turd. It's like quesadillas with, oh, okay. I don't know what that is, apple crisp or something, but yeah, quesadillas, a little corn mix, and some chips. That ain't too shabby. And she left a 20 like a doofus. It is later than what we expected. The beans did way better than we expected, and so it took a lot longer to cut. So we can't really go any further on beans. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna eat my dinner quick and we'll go from there. We're really not in a hurry now. We might move over and pick the grain cart full of corn. What's on the soybeans that are on the cart now fit on the truck, so we're done with this farm, I guess. Well, Dad and I have come to the conclusion that we are going to just take everything home. We're not moving to that other field. We want to get the combine in the shed because it is supposed to rain for the next 4 or 5 days. There's a chance. There is 93 acres of corn at home. So if it doesn't rain tomorrow, we can always be picking corn. And if it does rain, at least everything's in the shed and at home. Not to mention tomorrow, I really need to get that gas leak fixed in my house. So I'm gonna be focusing on that. He can be picking corn at home. It's really a lot easier for him to do alone. So that is the game plan. Well, Dad and I have made it home with the slow movers. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up next to the fuel barrel here. He's gonna pull that into the shed. I'm gonna leave this here. I think this is the first time it's been in this shed. Fits nicely. We've got a lot more pieces to come home. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a video here. Appreciate you watching. Catch you in the next one.